Start over here where this, basically we're on Coogan's Bluff right now, and this is called the Miracle of Coogan's Bluff, when Bobby Thompson hits a dramatic home run off of Ralph Franklin, the bottom of the ninth inning on October 3rd, 1951, to lead the Giants to victory. And of course, Russ Hodges makes the famous call, the Giants win the pennant, the Giants win the pennant. Inside the sleeve, we have the recording of that moment. Now, we with DeRocher, the manager, can't love him enough, and the adoring fans won't let him leave. This is an actual ticket stub from the game, and this is a program signed by both Branca and Thompson. Now, what makes it so interesting is so many people thought that the Dodgers are going to win, not the Giants. They already had the program, Dodgers play the Yankees. Of course, that never happened. It was the Giants who played the Yankees. So, you see the little there's more people coming up, or where's that? Okay. Okay. So the chaperones, okay. So using a little bit, it's almost Dewey defeats Truman if you know what that is about. And so we say the way it should have been and the way it was. So now...
You know what Walter Cronkite said? That's the way it was.
That's the way it was.
On CBS News.
Now, when we think I wanted to mention a little bit about Jackie Robinson, who's a very important influence in baseball. He breaks the color barrier in 1947. And 3 days after he breaks the color barrier, he hits his first home run in the major leagues at the Polo Grounds against the Giants.
That we see in the motion picture about 42.
What's that?
42 for the motion picture.
Oh, that's right. Okay. That's his number. Yeah, that's it now.
Sarah Bosman.
Now,
and the Jackie Robinson story, the movie, was released in 1950.
Yes.
It became a classic.
Oh, right. Now, in 2 years later, the New York Giants break their own color barrier with Monty Irvin and Hank Thompson on the same day. And Hank Thompson's interesting because he broke the color barrier a year earlier with the St. Louis Browns. He's the only player to break the color barrier with two different teams, St. Louis Browns and the New York Giants. Now, Willie Mays, I wish I had more time to do more things to Mays. They only gave me 6 months to put the show together, but he makes this major catch in the 54 World Series off of Vic Wertz. And again, to hit a home run at the Polo Grounds, you had to hit a tremendous ton because it was about 480 dead center, and only 4 people ever hit it out of center field. And that ticket stub is from the 51 World Series when the Yankees and the Giants played after the Bobby Thompson home run.
See that? It's like over here.
People don't realize sometimes the New York Football Giants played at the Polo Grounds from 1925 to 1955.
Yep, there's the tickets.
And what I was able to procure was a sheet of all the autographs of all the players who played on the 1938 New York Football Giants. If I was a memorabilia guy, I'd just flip it and make my money, but instead I spent 2 years to put this sucker together. And what you see here are all the programs from 1938. And they played teams like the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Brooklyn Dodgers, who we usually associate with baseball. And the reason why they did that was the NFL in the 1930s and 1940s was actually an inferior league. It wasn't getting the attention that it wanted. So it tried to piggyback off of the baseball teams, and that's how they made the names there. This is Wellington Mara, the owner of the Giants, and when I was a kid anyway, but his father, Tim Mara, bought the Giants in 1925. Do you have any idea how much they paid to buy the New York Giants? Anybody want to guess? Want to have a guess?
Is it like we can go to the Brooklyn Cyclones in Point Island?
Well, that's a different thing. That's a much later thing.
That's a minor league team
in
of the Mets.
1925, though, in 1925, the New York Giants, the Mara family, bought from the prior owners, the New York Giants, for $500. Now it's worth $300 billion, so it's a pretty good investment, I would say.
Baseball's $1 billion sport.
That's right. So here is there's a ticket for the championship game against Packers, the program, and there is this a roster showing the size of the players. And today, football players, even college players, are 300 pounds, 320. But back in 1938, the biggest guy was about 205, 210. College football was a big deal in New York. In the 30s and 40s, it's better than even more than pro football. So I showed a few the programs when Fordham played here too, and Alabamas and Georgias would come up here. I mean, it was big time college football. Columbia and Fordham were very good football teams in the 30s and 40s. Now here, in 1956, Don Morrison pitches the only perfect game in World Series history. The first thing I want to show you is the ticket. That ticket is a very rare ticket. It's a full ticket, meaning nobody went to the game. Here is a scored program by somebody, and it's signed by a gentleman named Ed Sullivan. Does anybody know who Ed Sullivan was?
Ed Sullivan was
That's right. That's right. And sometimes you get lucky when you're doing research. There is,
He was a columnist for Will Old New York, on the
that's right.
news.
There's a picture of
And
the side of my
Sullivan.
program.
Oh,
From the,
TV personality
from
was
that. So
Andy
you get-
Sullivan.
Where's that Sullivan?
Over there, that's his picture in a minute.
Yeah,
See the
now
guy?
I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, Mickey Mantle makes a great catch that we show in an original Daily News. And the scoreboard shows the Giants playing the Steelers, the football Giants. And why that's interesting is that's the first time they'll play at Yankee Stadium after playing at the Polo Grounds since 19...
Advertising, Valentine.
That's right, that's right.
So how many posters to have for the baseball teams?
Say that again?
How many posters do we have here in the baseball
How many
stadium?
posters?
Yeah.
Posters.
Don Lawson was some picture.
Yeah,
A legend.
yeah, he's a
He pitched
legend.
a perfect game.
That's right. Now, what I'm going to show you here, when we think of perfect games, no-hitters, one of the greatest pitchers, Sandy Koufax. And he pitched 4 no-hitters.
Yes.
The first one was against the lowly Mets in '62, against Felix Montilla, made the final out. Then he threw another no-hitter against the San Francisco Giants.
San
Juan
Francisco?
Marichal,
San
and his
Francisco
tickets.
Giants.
His third no-hitter was against the Philadelphia Phillies.
Philadelphia.
Bobby Boyd made the last out. And his fourth no-hitter was against the Chicago Cubs, and Harvey Key made the final out. And there he is with the 4 no-hitter balls that he shows.
He has 4 balls on his hands.
That's right, with 1 for each no-hitter. Now,
Because he had 4 no-hitters. He's
Yeah.
a legend. Sandy
Yeah,
Koufax.
3 were no-hitters, and the 4th one was a perfect game, which is even better. Now, as bad as the Mets were in '62, they went in '69 and '86. And here are all the tickets from when they beat the Red Sox in '86.
Wow.
There's a part of the chair from Shea Stadium with a ball that went between both Buckner's legs, and all the players jumping on each other in victory. Now, people don't always realize that the Jets and the Mets started at the Polo Grounds before they went to Shea
Yeah,
Stadium. Now, in December 7, 1941, that was the day America was attacked at Pearl Harbor. The New York Giants football team was playing the Brooklyn Dodger football team. And unlike today with texting, with the cell phones, where everybody would know about that we had been bombed, nobody knew that we were bombed until they got home that day. Shows you the difference in age and technology and what it did. Does anybody know who that guy is?
Lou Gehrig.
Yeah, of course.
Iron Horse.
Okay.
That's the Iron Horse.
The Iron Horse, you got it. And these are all the tickets from every World Series game. He hit a home run, and underneath is the autograph of the pitchers he hit the home runs off of.
How many tickets do Lou has?
He has 8 tickets, but there were 10 World Series home runs because on 2 games he had 2 home runs in those games. But I just want to let you know that we use that picture of a handsome Lou Gehrig instead of a dying, sickly Gehrig. And I just want to let you know that is not a photograph, that's a painting.
How much do tickets cost?
Well, you know, if you look at them closer, you'll see. Here's one that is, let me see if I can find that, $3.30.
$3.30.
Today,
Ticket
generally,
price
I
in
just
baseball
blow one.
was
I mean, if you
cheaper
get
years
it for less than $150, you're probably doing okay. Now, here's the great Mickey Mantle, and my father's hero. And he had 18 home runs in World Series play. I think I already told you this. And these are the tickets from every one of the World Series home runs. And underneath it is the autograph of the pitchers, the home runs. So
So,
far, so
Yankee
good.
forever. He was a legend. Mickey
He's a
Mantle.
legend. And he batted both righty and lefty.
so who's going to be the winner for the baseball team
This year,
this year?
I don't know. What happens to
I'll talk
Yankees
about
if the
this
Yankees
history
bat?
for that.
And if you know, let me know. I can
Right.
make a good bet or wager. Now, here's some information. You can take any of these you want. You just can't take this one. So feel free to take it.
Just take one each.
Yeah, take one each. Or maybe like for the group, take a couple and then you guys can share. Yeah.
And
Already, that's fine. You can take my cards. Again, this is the only one you can't take. Okay, now let's go to the other room.
we're coming
So
through.
far, so good? Yeah. Okay. Now your job is to tell people about this show, okay? I'm here Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Okay, let's keep going. Here's a picture of the Polo Grounds and Yankee Stadium. Just let you guys see, they were close. They weren't that close, but that's the artist liberty. Losing my voice here.
Yeah, it drews like a pastel.
Does anybody know who Roger Maris is?
Yankee player.
That's right, and he breaks
61.
Babe. That's right, you got it. So here it is hitting the 60th home run off a big green and home plate by Elston Howard. Here's his 61st home run, was signed by him. Dead center, you got a picture of the great Babe Ruth with his autograph, and that ticket's from 1927, the day Ruth hit his 60th home run. The program from 1961 of his 60th home run scored by somebody at the game. the program from his 61st home run scored by somebody at the game, the ticket from his 66th, and his ticket from his 61st. We tell the story of Roger Maris breaking Babe Ruth's record. Not bad, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the 1927 Yankees. Anybody know what they were called? What their nickname was? They're called Murder's Row, because they used to really win games.
Murder's Row?
Murder's Row, because you had Ruth and Garrick and Lazari, great guys, all in the
Top
lineup.
players.
And we did it like a baseball field. So left field's Bob Nielsen, center field Earl Combs, right field Babe Ruth, third base Dugan, shortstop Tony, Lazari, Garrick, all the catchers, the pitchers, the 4 ticket stubs. They swept the Pirates of program, even a check signed by Colonel Jacob Rupert, and co-signed by Ed Barrow, and a press pass. So these are, and we show how beautiful penmanship was back then, unlike today. I don't write that good, but they wrote well. Here's the great Roger Maris again. These are the autograph of every pitcher. He had a home run off of in 1961.
There's so many autographs.
And those are all the autographs of the pitchers he hit the home runs off of. There's his first
Awesome.
of a Voitek, his 61st of a Tracy Stout, the kid who caught the ball. There he is going against Ruth, going for the record. Here's something to touch all the great moments that happened at the Polo Grounds. And here is similar thing where we do all Joe DiMaggio's World Series home runs and the pitchers he hit them over. And you guys can read Joe. And every one of his World Series home runs was hit on the road, not at Yankee Stadium.
Write this signature, like this one.
Okay, and like, feel free to walk around afterwards.
Joe DiMaggio, he was a legend. Joe. He was married to actress Marilyn Monroe.
All right, guys.
We did those Mr. Coffee commercials.
And baseball at the Polo Grounds? Great fights. Joe Louis, Jack Dempsey.
Yeah.
Here we showed some of the great fights, including Joe Louis against Billy Conn, when Billy Conn was upsetting the champion, but he got a little cocky and Louis knocked him out. And then Floyd Patterson defeated Ingemar Johansson
1960.
in 1960. And a year earlier, Ingemar Johansson had beaten Floyd Patterson, who was the first champion to regain his championship.
Like during the Summer Olympics.
Awesome.
And the final page.
It's like we saw about Ali. But it was a great boxing game.
I remember this exactly my first year in college. Bucky Dent hits a dramatic home run to beat the Red Sox. And forevermore he's called Bucky F. and Dent in Boston. And these are all the cards of all the players who played in '78 signed on the cards. Don Zimmer was the manager of the Red Sox. He later becomes known more as Joe Torre's bench coach. The ticket. Greg Nels caught the final out. Bucky Dent being greeted, a home play by White and Chambliss, and the autograph of all the Yankees on their '78 cards. So that wasn't bad, right? Pretty good show?
Yes, very good.
Okay, thank you.
I really enjoyed this tour about
Very
the
enjoyed.
history of Polo Grounds.
Okay, now, so which you like, they're both good tours, the one you had before and this one, right? Which was your favorite?
I like them all.
Okay, that's a good answer. Good answer, I like that.
I like the one with Babe Ruth.
Okay, there you go. Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Neil.